When you're a new parent, one of the first and most critical decisions you'll make is how to feed your baby. It's a decision that can feel overwhelming, with opinions and advice coming at you from every direction. Breastfeeding is often praised as the gold standard, but formula feeding is a viable and sometimes necessary alternative. So, how do you decide what's best for your baby? Let's dive into the facts, benefits, challenges, and considerations of both breastfeeding and formula feeding to help you make an informed decision that fits your lifestyle, your baby's needs, and your personal preferences. Breastfeeding is often seen as the natural choice, and for good reason. Breast milk is uniquely designed to meet all the nutritional needs of your baby. It contains the perfect balance of nutrients, antibodies, and enzymes that help your baby grow and develop, while also providing protection against infections and diseases. The World Health Organization and many pediatricians worldwide recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life, followed by continued breastfeeding along with complementary foods for up to 2 years or beyond. One of the most significant advantages of breastfeeding is the immune protection it provides. Breast milk contains antibodies and other immune-boosting components that can help protect your baby from common illnesses like ear infections, respiratory infections, and gastrointestinal problems. Breastfed babies are also less likely to develop chronic conditions later in life, such as asthma, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. Another critical benefit of breastfeeding is the bond it creates between mother and baby. The physical closeness, skin-to-skin contact, and eye contact during breastfeeding can strengthen the emotional connection between you and your baby. This bonding process can have long-term benefits for your baby's emotional and psychological development. Breastfeeding is also convenient and cost-effective. Breast milk is always available, at the right temperature, and there's no need to worry about sterilizing bottles or mixing formula. It can also help you save money since you won't need to purchase formula, bottles, and other feeding supplies. However, breastfeeding isn't always easy. It can be physically demanding, especially in the early weeks when you're both learning the ropes. Some mothers experience difficulties with latching, nipple pain, or low milk supply. It's also time-consuming as newborns need to feed frequently, sometimes every 2 to 3 hours around the clock. This can be exhausting, particularly if you're not getting much sleep. For some mothers, breastfeeding may not be possible due to medical reasons, such as certain medications, surgeries, or health conditions. Others may struggle with the emotional or physical demands of breastfeeding, or may simply prefer not to breastfeed for personal reasons. In these cases, formula feeding can be a viable alternative. Formula feeding, while sometimes viewed as less ideal than breastfeeding, offers several advantages that make it a practical and healthy choice for many families. Infant formula is carefully designed to provide all the essential nutrients your baby needs for growth and development. While it doesn't contain the antibodies found in breast milk, modern formulas are fortified with vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients to support your baby's health. One of the primary benefits of formula feeding is flexibility. Formula allows both parents to share the feeding responsibilities, which can be especially helpful if you're returning to work, have other children to care for, or simply need a break. It also means that your baby can be fed by other caregivers, giving you more freedom and flexibility in your daily life. Formula feeding can also be less stressful for some mothers. If you're struggling with breastfeeding or experiencing difficulties like low milk supply, switching to formula can relieve the pressure and anxiety that often accompany these challenges. This can lead to a more relaxed and enjoyable feeding experience for both you and your baby. Another advantage of formula feeding is that you know exactly how much your baby is eating. This can be reassuring, especially in the early weeks when you're still getting to know your baby's hunger cues and feeding patterns. With formula, you can measure out the exact amount your baby needs, helping you ensure they're getting enough nutrition. However, formula feeding also has its challenges. It requires careful preparation to ensure that bottles are sterilized and the formula is mixed correctly. This can be time-consuming, especially in the middle of the night when your baby wakes up hungry. Formula feeding can also be expensive, with the cost of formula, bottles, and other supplies adding up over time. Another consideration is that formula-fed babies may have a higher risk of certain health issues compared to breastfed babies. For example, they may be more prone to infections, as they don't receive the same immune protection that breast milk provides. However, it's important to note that many formula-fed babies grow up healthy and strong, and modern formulas are designed to be as close to breast milk as possible. So, how do you decide what's best for your baby? The decision between breastfeeding and formula feeding is highly personal and depends on various factors, including your health, lifestyle, support system, and personal preferences. If you're able to and want to breastfeed, it's worth giving it a try, as the benefits for both you and your baby are significant. However, it's also important to recognize that breastfeeding isn't always possible or the best choice for every family. If you encounter challenges or decide that breastfeeding isn't right for you, it's okay to switch to formula feeding or consider a combination of both. Many mothers find that a combination of breastfeeding and formula feeding offers the best of both worlds. This approach, often referred to as mixed feeding, allows you to breastfeed when it's convenient and supplement with formula when needed. Mixed feeding can provide the bonding and health benefits of breastfeeding, while also giving you the flexibility and freedom that formula offers. Ultimately, the most important thing is that your baby is well-nourished, healthy, and happy. Whether you choose breastfeeding, formula feeding, or a combination of both, the best choice is the one that works for you and your family. As you navigate this decision, it's essential to seek support and guidance from healthcare professionals, lactation consultants, and other parents who have been through the same experience. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, and what works for one family may not work for another. Trust yourself and your instincts, and know that whatever choice you make, you're doing what's best for your baby. In conclusion, both breastfeeding and formula feeding have their benefits and challenges. Breastfeeding provides unparalleled nutritional and immune benefits, as well as a special bonding experience. However, it can be demanding and challenging, and it's not always an option for everyone. Formula feeding offers flexibility, convenience, and a healthy alternative, though it may lack some of the immune protections found in breast milk. The decision comes down to what's best for you, your baby, and your family. Take the time to consider your options, seek support, and trust in your ability to make the right choice for your child. Whether you breastfeed, formula feed, or do a combination of both, your love and care are what truly matter in ensuring your baby's health and happiness.